And so Miami-Dade police are out here right now investigating a shooting. At this time, we can tell you that a busy stretch of road that does lead to I-95, as you can see right now, backed up traffic here on Ives Dairy Road. And Louis, although this standoff did end peaceful, neighbors for hours were very worried and not sure how this outcome would be. Many of them couldn't even go into their homes, and even a daycare was placed on lockdown. Family saying that 34-year-old David Rodriguez went through a bad breakup, which pushed him to this point. But I did actually just get the chance to talk to one of those parents over there. She said she's grateful right now because she had the opportunity to get in touch with her daughter that is in there at this moment, but she is still worried that, it's only 4 days into school and something like this has happened. So you can only imagine what is going through the minds of a lot of these parents here at Falcon Cove Middle School. A lot of them standing by, waiting for that all clear from BSO, but BSO has this whole area blocked off at this time. We'll send things back to you. And hours after this fire here in Southwest Miami-Dade, you can see the severe damage left behind. Take a look at this apartment unit, the fire tearing through this apartment, the inside looking unrecognizable, and sadly in the end we did learn from neighbors that a dog did die. And certainly a sad week for the South Florida law enforcement family after that death of that Miami-Dade police detective, and now the passing of Special Agent Jose Perez. And the all clear given by Broward Sheriff deputies just minutes ago, actually saying that a student had heard that another student had a gun in their backpack. And breaking the code of no snitching in this community. That is what community members as well as law enforcement were out here doing with this flyer handout. Their hopes is that someone who saw something in the shooting of this 2-year-old will come forward and say something, leading to an arrest. So of those 4 teens that were hit, one of the teens were actually hit in the torso, and at last check was said to be in critical but stable condition. This shooting sending many people in the area ducking for cover. Even apartment windows were hit by bullets, and a day after this shooting all happened, you could even see Miami-Dade police are actually out here with a stepped-up police presence around this apartment complex. And a Good Samaritan that I spoke with said he was truly disturbed by this discovery. He said at first he thought it was a doll that he saw floating in that lake, but when he jumped inside, he realized that it was the 3-year-old boy who was unresponsive. And tonight, police continue to investigate how that 3-year-old ended up in the lake. And this food pantry is truly a lifeline. From Monday through Saturday, hundreds of families rely on this food pantry for fresh food, and now, thanks to some much needed donations, these doors will stay open. This is an area you definitely do want to avoid, but we're working to piece this all together at this moment right now and working to get more from Miami-Dade police. So once we do get any more information, we'll be sure to let you know. And Nicole, police are still looking for that blue sedan that did shoot at another car. At this time, it is not clear if the people in the 2 cars actually knew each other or if there was an argument of some sort. And in this video, you will see 2 individuals swinging what appears to be a sledgehammer more than 30 times into the sports card store. They were not able to get inside, but they left a lot of extensive damage behind. And now you can see that the front of the store is now boarded up. And talk about a crazy chain of events captured on video. Local rapper Stitches said earlier this month he had to call police after he defended himself from 4 intruders who entered his studio. In the end, it would be him trying to explain the story to police, but he would be the one arrested. And this is Falcon Cove Middle School, a heavy Broward Sheriff's Office presence here. You can even see a number of parents, school buses out here as this school is on lockdown at this moment. And Miami-Dade Police Director said that they will use all available resources to bring the shooter or shooters to justice. One of the 4 teens that was shot was airlifted here to Ryder Trauma Center, where they were last said to be in critical but stable condition. So where we are right now on Southwest 231st Lane is about 5 minutes away from where that Friday shooting involving 4 teens that were injured, 2 of them having to be airlifted to area hospitals at the Cutler Manor Apartments. We're 5 minutes away from that. So we are working with police to try to figure out if in any way all of these shootings are connected. In that shooting at the Cutler Manor Apartments, police have not yet made an arrest, and as well as in these 2 overnight shootings, we're still working to get information on this one. And in many of these migrant landings, we have seen a number of women and young children, and this is why Border Patrol agents are saying these are very dangerous journeys. And they're even saying that smugglers have no regard for human life. But if you ask some, they will tell you instability in other countries is the reason why many people are willing to risk it all. And Nicole, that victim says that he believes the man that is seen in that video was watching him in some way, because as he was unloading things from his car into his home, that is when he said his expensive work tools were stolen. And certainly some good news for this victim. Police saying that they have arrested and charged a man who they say is responsible for a robbery turned shooting that happened last month here on Miami Beach, which left that man hospitalized, and it all was over $1. And Calvin, Miami police tell us that their officers are expected to behave appropriately. However, that wasn't the case in this incident that was captured on video last year. The sergeant seen drunk and acting out of character. And Broward Sheriff deputies continue to investigate this deadly crash. It happened at around 4 a.m., shutting down a busy portion of Sample Road. In the end, sadly, a woman would die. And in many of these migrant landings, we have seen many women and young children on these overloaded boats. Border Patrol agents saying that this could result in death, so they are urging anyone to avoid these dangerous journeys. And Nicole, the suspect charged with second-degree murder will remain in jail without bond. This is we are seeing new video tonight showing the moments the suspect pushed that victim out of the car, shot her in the head, killing her. And a warning, this video is very disturbing. So as mentioned in the story, this is the first drowning that police here in Coconut Creek have investigated since 2019. And talk about a brazen theft. A Fort Lauderdale woman's $80,000 car stolen from her driveway, and now police are investigating. The video you need to see next, only on Local 10. And although no gun was found on school ground, this was a scary 2 hours for parents as the school was placed on lockdown. Even some students saying that this was a very stressful moment for them. Broward kicking things off on Tuesday, Miami-Dade following up on Wednesday. And ahead of the school year, school districts doing everything possible to make sure that this is a disruption-free school year and very smooth. But these two shootings happened not far from where a Friday shooting that injured 4 teenagers happened here as well in Southwest Miami-Dade. And it brings up a very, very good question. Are these shootings in any way connected? An hours-long standoff ending peacefully in Hialeah Thursday evening. It started at around 11:30 in the morning with 34-year-old David Rodriguez walking around with a rifle before barricading himself at a home along East 53rd Terrace near East 2nd Avenue.
This individual didn't make any threatening moves towards officers, so we decided to back off, torn the area down, evacuate neighboring residents.
Sky 10 from above, capturing it all. You can see Rodriguez come outside at one point. He sits on the flatbed of a pickup truck as he is on the phone. Moments later, he runs inside, barricading himself again. Then a little after 6:30, he is seen coming out of the home, surrendering to police. He is later seen being walked and placed into a police vehicle, bringing this wild situation to an end.
There's obviously protocols that we set in place. One of them is we took out the power of the home, so it gets a little uncomfortable inside.
Our camera spotting Hialeah SWAT and crisis negotiators on the scene, as well as neighbors and parents of children in a nearby daycare that was locked down. A little after 3 p.m., police reuniting the children with their parents.
It's like the feeling that you don't know what's going on and you don't know what's happening.
Police tell us they are looking into if Rodriguez was the driver of this black truck seen in this video from an incident in Pembroke Pines Wednesday. You can see the black truck ramming a white Jeep several times. That truck has the same black and white American flag on the lift gate as the truck parked out front of the home Rodriguez barricaded himself inside of. And Rodriguez was Baker acted police saying that he will be evaluated and then get the help that is needed. As for right now, no word on the charges that Rodriguez faces. We're here in Hialeah. I'm Joseph Ojo, Local 10 News.
4 days in, it's very scary, very nervous.
Back in the loving embrace of their children's arms, parents at Falcon Cove Middle School in Weston are relieved.
At least she's okay. That's the most important thing.
Parents like Sabrina Jacobs getting word that her daughter's school was placed on lockdown Friday afternoon after Broward Sheriff deputies say a student overheard another student say they had a gun in their backpack.
We are very afraid to send our children to school every day. I drop my daughter off and I cry almost every morning because I'm afraid for this to happen.
Our camera spotting lots of parents waiting outside for nearly 3 hours, many with cell phones by their ears trying to get in touch with their kids inside the school.
Anxious and a little angry. I think they need to put some metal detectors in these schools.
Students we caught up with describing what played out inside. They tell us deputies were seen walking through their hallways as they hid in corners underneath desks and chairs.
Lockdown, and then the teacher said that it's a drill under chairs.
We just went in the corner, turned all the lights off.
Sky 10 above the scene, capturing the massive deputy presence surrounding the school. We also saw a person being placed into the back of an ambulance on a stretcher. Deputies have not said if and how this is related to the lockdown. Just before 6 p.m., students seen leaving school. No weapon was found and all students and staff were safe. Frustrated parents, though, feel these school threats have become the norm.
That's my concern as a parent. I want to feel safe dropping my daughter off to school in the mornings.
2 people are recovering after a shooting in Northeast Miami-Dade. It all happened around 2:23 Friday afternoon. Police say a blue sedan and this black Honda Accord seen here with heavy front end damage and car parts scattered nearby were driving east on Ives Dairy Road near Northeast 16th Avenue.
Once they got to the intersection, the subject vehicle began to fire towards the victim's vehicle, striking the driver.
After the shooting, the shooter in the blue sedan taking off from the scene.
There is the possibility that this could be road rage.
Police say the driver of the black car lost control and crashed after being shot. Our cameras capturing the moments the driver was airlifted to Jackson Memorial's Ryder Trauma Center. A female passenger was also injured due to the car crash. She was taken in an EMS vehicle to Aventura Hospital to be treated for minor injuries. Sky 10 from above capturing the massive crime scene. This shooting investigation shutting down the normally busy Ives Dairy Road for more than 2 hours. Traffic blocked in both directions near 15th Avenue as cars were diverted to side streets. Crime scene investigators could also be seen picking up a number of evidence markers on the ground, police hoping someone will provide a tag number of the blue sedan or a description of the driver.
Perhaps somebody may have seen this blue sedan driving in an erratic manner at a high rate of speed, in a reckless manner.
And this investigation is ongoing. As for that driver that was in that black car, police did say that that driver did undergo surgery. Once we do get any information on this shooting, we will be sure to let you know. But anyone with any information on this shooting is urged to give Miami-Dade Crime Stoppers a call. The number 305-471-TIPS. We're here in Northeast Miami-Dade. I'm Joseph Ojo, Local 10 News.